was trying to fight, literally fight to remember stuff and stay sane. Alright, I don't know what else they put in that edible, but it wasn't just weed, and I could have died. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ta.Morii, and today in this video I'll be giving you a story time. So let's get right into this video. As you guys read from the title, yes, this video will be me talking about how I had edibles for the first time and the whole experience. I could have died. I literally saw my life flashing through my eyes. It's not a joke. Like, don't do drugs. Let's just start by saying that, okay? I remember like it was a work night, and I just got off work and I was about to go take the bus, but then I had this coworker. Let's call her Cece, okay? Her name will be Cece, and she drove. I didn't at the time, and she knew I was gonna take the bus, and I think she was like, oh, let's hang out, like go to her house and like just chill or whatever, right? Ooh. Anyways, yeah, I was like, like I normally just leave, like it's just work home, work home, work home. So I was like, and I knew at the time like she did weed and all those stuff, and stuff like that. But knowing me, I'm a person like this, like you like I won't do something just because of crowd. I want to make my own decisions. Like you can't force me into doing something, or you can't persuade me to doing something if I don't want to do it. Anyways, fast forward, like I end up saying yeah, like we went to her house. I had this other, like, so I know Cece through my schoolmate. When me and her, we went to school together and stuff. So she and Cece was roommates, right? She didn't know I was coming over or anything like that. And then let's call her Too Sweet, because she is a very nice person. So Too Sweet, like she saw me show up at her house. She was like, oh, hey girl. I was like, hey. And she's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, well, Cece asked me to come over and chill with you guys. So yeah. And the thing was too, like she said she was gonna drop me home. So I was like, like yeah, it's 2 in 1. I get to chill and hang out, and I get a drive home, and I don't have to take that bus. And so I was there, and we were just chilling and chilling. We were talking and making jokes. Then we made Kool-Aid and stuff to drink and stuff. So after that, we went into her room. I was just chilling, and she had this bong. I don't know if it's called bong. The long thing, and you can suck you go, and you make that bubbly sound. Write in the comment what it's called, because I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, and she had that, and she was doing that, and then I saw the edibles. I was like, what's this? And she's like, oh, that's edibles. And at that time, I didn't even know what edibles was, guys. Yeah. And I wasn't a child at that time. I didn't know what edibles was. I was like, what's edibles? And she's like, it's like they make candy and they put weed in it. I was like, oh, okay. In my head, I'm like, foreign weed week. Like Jamaican weed are the real deal. Even though I've never had it in Jamaica, but like I've heard people talk about it, and it's strong as the heck. Weed, when they have weed farm, you can, as the wind blow, you can literally smell it. So I was like, yeah. And then, you know what, guys, I like candy. So I was like, I wasn't thinking about the weed aspect of it. I was thinking about the candy aspect, because I love candy. Back in primary school, they already gave me a name and called me, like, it's a nickname, call me Sweetie Police. I don't feel like it's like a good nickname, because it was like a bullying name and I didn't like it. But yeah, they called me Sweetie Police, because I would trade my lunch, everything, for sweet candy, all of that. I'm not proud of it, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, and I saw it was like a caramel. I remember clearly it was caramel, and it had orange. And it was it was very tiny. That to show you how strong it was, guys. Like, let me tell you. Oh my goodness. Anyways, so yeah, I was like, can I try one? She's like, yeah, sure, go for it. I have a bunch of it, yeah. And then I took one, and boo boo, I did not taste. I was like, I don't taste no weed in this. Like, there's no way. And she's like, girl, like, take one and chill. I was like, nope. I went on and on and on until I reached about probably 5 or 6. Like, I didn't stop. As soon as one finished, I put another one in my mouth. I was there chilling. We hung out, and stuff. They did the bong. I did not do the CC and Too Sweet did the bong. I didn't do the bong thing. I was just sitting there because I was like, okay, I already have my sweetie. I'm not going to do drugs. But anyways, I was there. I was like, yeah, probably just chill though, cause you never know, this thing can kick in at any moment, and I lose my coodles. Anyways, so after that, now we were there, and then time fly, and then I was like, okay, it's time for me to go. So Cece brought me back home, and while Cece was driving on the highway, I felt different, guys. I felt something like, I don't know if it's like something drop into my body. I don't want to explain it. It's just like I was just there sitting, and it was just like boom, something just like, I feel like something entered my body or something like that. And I was just there. I was like, I tried shaking it off because I'm like, no, this not gonna get the best of me. I'm gonna shake it off. I'm gonna fight this off. So I was just there chilling, and she was talking, but I kind of felt nausea and a little bit like kind of dazed. And I was just there, and then eventually I got home, and I was like, you know what? I feel like this stuff is coming on. I was like, I'm going to take a shower. I was like, I'm going to take a shower and it will pass. So I take a nice, long, warm shower. I change the temperature to cold after a bit because I'm washing this out of my system, and it's going to be fine. I'm going to sleep, and I'm going to tell them tomorrow that that was not it. Like that edible weed candy was not it, okay? Like, I got this, girl, guys. When I tell you I went to bed, everything was calm, cool, collected. I felt okay. I felt great. I don't feel dazed, nothing. And then I went to bed. And while I was sleeping, after a couple hours, it was in the morning. I want to say it was around 4, guys. And I was just there sleeping, and I literally just get up. It's just like I don't want to say the word, but it was like I was possessed. I saw a ghost. That's what it was like. I just get up right away, and I just sat up in the bed like I was laying on my side, so I was just like sleeping like this. And I got up like this, and then I was gazing at the wall. And while I was there gazing at the wall, I'm like, what's going on? At that time, I was like, what's going on? And to be honest, guys, I don't know what's the word, but you guys probably know what I mean. It's like I saw myself 3 places. I was looking at the wall, and it was dark. Remind you, okay, it was dark. I couldn't see anything. But where I was, how I was positioned, I was facing the wall. So I got up and I was just staring at the wall. And then I could see myself in 3 places, just like boom, 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 palpitating. I was like, what the heck? So I sat up fast, and then I had some water. I always have water at my night table. And then I got some water, and I start drinking it. I'm like, no, and I started drinking it. I couldn't taste the water, guys. I know water don't have taste, but I couldn't feel it in my mouth. I was like, I was like, oh no, 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 no. I went in my dad's room, and he wasn't there. I was like, oh my gosh, no one is at home. I was home by myself, y'all. While this was happening, I was home by myself. I was like, oh my goodness. So then now I ran back in my room, and I was like, okay, I need to get my head together. Because at this point, it felt as if I was, it's like something was fighting to like enter my body. And it's just like, no, it's not going to happen. I'm going to try and stay sane. Because it felt as if it wanted me to forget stuff. And that's what scared me the most. It's like I was forgetting stuff, guys. And then I was like, no, 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 this can't be happening. And so after that, no, like, I tried to grab myself. I was literally, at this point, God, I was literally fighting. I'm not joking. I know some people probably, oh, it's spiritual stuff. No, it's real. It's like real. Okay, I was trying to fight, literally fight to remember stuff and stay sane. All right, I don't know what else they put in that edible, but it wasn't just weed. It wasn't just weed, and I could have died. I just keep saying I could have died. Like talking about this, like I get ghost pimples. I could have died. I went straight to hell because I wouldn't be in heaven. I'm being honest. I would have went straight to hell, and that's what scared me the most. That's why I was trying to stay in my body, and that's why I was trying to remember stuff and not go insane. And so now, like, I grasped myself and I'm like, the first thing that got into my head, guys, was like, I'm going to die. Like, if I don't get help right now, I know I'm going to die because I'm going to freak out. My heart's going to start racing really fast, which it was already racing fast. I was like, I have to get help. So now at this point, I was in a shorts, like, and I was in a tank top, no bra, nothing. I ran down the stairs and I opened the door. I opened my front door and stuff. And at that time, I think it was like, it was just coming to spring. So, you know, it's still a bit nippy. It's very cold. I didn't have any slippers on or shoes on because I was like, listen, I'm trying to live this one out, okay? This is not my day. I'm not gonna die today. So I ran across the street in my booty shorts and like my tank top, barefooted, ran for my life. And then I went to this neighbor's house. I'll call her, what's the best name for this person? I'll call her village liar because she knows everyone's business more than how they know their darn business in that neighborhood, okay? So I went running towards village liar's house and I start knocking on, no lie, I rang the doorbell and I just keep pressing it. And apparently they sleep dead because no one came down. I was like, probably that was for a reason because then I would hear it the next day in the community, or how I had edibles and I got high. You know, I would hear it in the community. So God know why she didn't hear and she didn't answer. So then after that, okay, she was answering. I was like, I feel like as time goes by, I feel like it's coming on more. And I'm like, okay, it's coming on more. I feel like I'm going, like, this is my last couple hours or minutes. I need to get help. Remember, the whole way I'm trying to fight to remember stuff. I'm trying to battle whatever is going on in my body to try to remember stuff and not to forget myself, right? So then now, like, I ran over to my other neighbor's house. Let's call them the Good Samaritan, right? And then I ran across over to their house and I bang. This time I'd ring the doorbell and then no one else, and I start banging on the door. And then the wife came down and she said, Ta.Morii, what is the matter? Because I was just bawling. I was like, I'm gonna die. She's like, what? No, you're not gonna die. What happened? And I was like, I can't breathe. I was like, I can't breathe. And I was telling her what's going on. I'm like, I'm dizzy. I can't remember stuff. I'm trying to remember stuff. And then I was like there, and she's like, what happened? I was like, at this point, guys, in my head, like, I was kind of seeing, because I remember I was trying to keep remembering stuff. So I was a bit seeing at the time. At the same time, it was like a battle. You know, I was like, in my head, I was contemplating, like, you know, I'm just going to spill the beans because I don't want to die, and I just want them to know what's going on so they can try to find a way to help me instead of me trying to hide it, and then they don't know what's wrong, and then they can't help me. So I was like, I had edibles. Her husband was there. And then she was like, what is that? And he's like, oh, it's that weed that they, candy that they put in weed and stuff. They put weed in candy and stuff and it's called edible. And you can see on her face, she's like, I didn't feel judged. I did not feel judged, you know? And they were like, oh, Ta.Morii, like, and they were like, lay here. And I was like, no, like, I was like, no, I can't lay down. Because I feel like when I tried to lay down, guys, it's like I couldn't breathe. I was like, no, I can't breathe. I can't. And she's like, try and sleep. But I was like, no, I'm going to die. I was like, I told her, I was like, if I close my eyes, I'm going to die. You know? And I was like, I don't want to die. I can't sleep. And she's like, no, Ta.Morii, okay, you won't die. I'm like, I'm going to die, you know. And then, guys, I'm such a dramatic person. If you guys know me, some of you guys who watch this video knows me. Like, and people think that I'm over exaggerating. That's just me. That's my personality. Even when I'm serious, people laugh as if it's a joke when I'm really serious. But they're like, girl, you're so funny. I'm like, no, I'm serious, you know. And I was bawling. I was like, I'm gonna die, you know, and I can't breathe. And then she's like, do you want me to call your dad? I was like, yeah, call my dad and stuff. And meanwhile I was there, she asked me if I want some. I was like, give me water, because that's all that I want at this point. Like, give me some water. And then I would start crying. I was like, oh, my mother warned me. Like, I start talking pop. Whenever I get upset or get like in any kind of way that's not calm, I just like my part was kicking. I was like, my mother want me, my mother want me, I'm gonna listen, my god dead, my god dead. And she's like, no, you won't die and stuff. And then she was like, do you want me to take you over to your house? I was like, yeah. No, she was like, do you want me to drive you over? Because I was like, I told her I'm not going over. Because in my head, I was like, I was thinking, I was like, people probably outside watching, because obviously they probably heard the corrosion going on, and they probably outside her peeping through the window. I'm like, so I was at that time, my pride was kind of still there. I was like, no, 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 drive me in your car. Literally, my house from her was like 5 feet away, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feet away, and I want this one to drive and bring me over to my house. Which she was like, okay. And then as soon as I would step out into the garage, it was cold. Remember, it was starting to come into early spring, so it was still kind of chilly, right? And she opened the garage door, and I felt this burst of cold air, like you're in a freezer, a walk-in freezer, and it's so cold that you can hardly breathe. That's what it felt like. And I felt like I felt it going through my nostril, coming out my eyes. I couldn't breathe, and I ran back inside, and she was like, what is it? I was like, I can't breathe. No, 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 I can't breathe. Oh, child. And so after I was there, and then I started vomiting. There was nothing in my body because I did not eat, guys. So I was vomiting, nothing. It just felt like the only thing was left to come up is my tripe, my intestines, everything. That's what was like, because there was nothing. And then in my head, I was like, okay, I probably need some. I feel like it's God, guys, because it wasn't me that was thinking. Because when I tell you, I was like losing it. And then I was like, give me some water, give me some water. And she ran and got me some water. And then after, when I start vomiting, then I start vomiting the water instead of like feel like I'm going to vomit my intestines. And then after, I sat back there, and then she was like, do you want us to call the police? I was like, geez, at that time, weed was not legalized. All right, let's put it like that. I think, was it? No, it wasn't. So I was like, at this point in my head, I'm like, no, don't call the police. And then she's like, okay, okay, I won't call the police. And then at that point in my head, let me tell you, there was stuff in my head, guys. It's not a joke. It's not good. Don't do drugs, okay? Don't. So I was there, and then in my head, I was thinking all sorts of stuff. And then I was like, in my head, I was like, I wonder if she's saying she won't go and call the police because she don't know who I am, and I'm a stranger to her, and she's just acting as if she know me. And then she's gonna call the police to lock me up. So then when I thought of that, I was like, I started asking her questions like, do you know me? And she's like, yeah. I was like, what's my name? And she's like, your name is Ta.Morii. I was like, okay. I was like, where do I work? And she's like, I don't know where you work. And then after that, I couldn't remember where I worked. So I started like, oh my God, I can't remember anything. And then I sat there, I was like, okay, okay, I'm not gonna say where I work or none of those personal stuff. I was like, okay, I work at Dunkin' Donuts. And then I was like, oh, I went to Georgian College. My PSW. Oh, and I was just trying to keep my brain intact, because I was not, like, I feel like I was losing it, And then she just sat there, and she's like, she's gonna call my dad. Eventually she did call my dad, and my dad, I was laying there for a bit. After a bit, I calmed down a bit. I was crying, and then they left and went back upstairs because they had work that morning, right? And it was 4 a.m. and they had to get rest, to get up to go to work. Oh, I felt so bad disturbing those people. Oh. But anyways, yeah, after that, no, they said I should try and sleep and get some rest. So I started to like feel a little better. So I just started to close my eyes. But at the same time, while I was closing my eyes, guys, I was not sleeping, just in case. Because the whole time, guys, I was like, I'm going to die. I'm not. And then the thing that is not me dying, it's me going to hell for the rest of my life. I was like, I can't afford to sleep, because if I sleep, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. And then eventually, I was there laying down. I closed my eyes. They went back upstairs, and I guess they slept. I don't think they sleep, but they went back upstairs in their room, and I was downstairs, and I had blanket and stuff. And then after that, I heard the doorbell went off, and then my dad calling me. Then after that, I woke up, and then he's like, can you walk up? I couldn't walk. He literally had to lift me up and bring me over by the house. The next morning, I woke up. Lies. He brought me over, and then after he was trying to ask me a question, and I don't know how, I was just so like, he's trying to help me, and here I am being rude. So he was like, what did you eat? I was like, I had edible. He's like, no, before you had the edible, what did you eat? Did you eat anything? I was like, no, I didn't eat anything. He's like, Ta.Morii, why would you take edible and not eat something? You have to put stuff in your body before you take stuff like that, or before you drink or anything like that. I was like, just give me some water. Like, I was just done. I was like, it's not time to lecture me. I already have it. Just give me some water. I'm thirsty. Right? The next day I woke up, I was like woozy. I was tired and stuff. And then I just woke up from the couch and I saw him sitting there beside me. He called in because he was supposed to work the next day. He called in and he was just there sitting beside me. And I look up at him and he just laughed. Cause I was like I was gone. And I just went back to bed and lay down like, oh my gosh. But don't do stuff that you don't know about, because if I had listened to that girl, I wouldn't be in that position. It's none of their fault. It was me, because they were like, if you don't want to take it, you don't have to. I was like, no. The only reason why I took it, guys, because it was candy. Okay, and I like candy. If it was chocolate, I wouldn't have taken it, because I'm not a chocolate fan. But that's what happens when you're hungry belly. But yeah, that's the end of my story, guys. Please like this video, comment what videos you guys would like me to do, subscribe to my channel, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.